And a very warm welcome to you all, wherever you are in the world, to Lockdown SK and a very special edition. Should there be any interruption to this broadcast, please check us out on our website, www.StudioKerkyra.com, or indeed the video platform, which is vimeo.com, or else good old YouTube, where you are sure to find us in superb quality HD. Can I just say Kronia Polar and Kalapaska to everybody? This is the equivalent of Good Friday here in the Orthodox Church in beautiful Greece. As always, we're lucky to have Claire Haas, our producer, to help us. And always, as always, I'm lucky enough to be joined by Thomas Haas in the studio today, who will tell you a little bit more about this special broadcast. Hello, Thomas. Yes, you.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. As I said yesterday, it's going to be a little bit different lockdown today because it's Good Friday, and we gonna show you the recording we done from our last year's live broadcast from Kinopiastes about Epitaphio. Yeah, every time I get that wrong. Epitaphio procession from Kinopiastes today. So we were lucky enough to join last week. We got invited, we gone there, and this was our first cultural live stream from the island of Corfu. Yes. And what a fantastic evening.
Oh, it was beautiful, wasn't it?
Great.
Absolutely. Great village, fantastic welcome and brilliant hospitality, as you'd expect from anywhere on this wonderful island of Corfu. And of course, we were guided by the wonderful hand of our friend Vinny, otherwise known as Lavinia, who incidentally has done her homework. She's pointed out that I made rather one or two mistakes. So a very big Easter signal me to you all, and I will refer to those mistakes in a short while. But Thomas, I do believe you've got some other messages for us.
Yes, of course we do. I want to say hello everybody out there. Thanks for tuning in again. Lorraine Smith is watching from Portsmouth. Hi from a wet Portsmouth, feeling lovely and fresh.
Hi,
so
Claire,
of course, is watching our boss. She wants to see that she loved the broadcast last year. She was there with Vinny together. Right. It was great. Steve Ford is watching. Hi Steve. Leon Jagger is watching, saying Happy Easter from a sunny Yorkshire.
Brilliant.
Stay safe, everyone. Vinny is Vivian from Ireland is watching. Vivian. Hi, she says hello, Claire, Adrian, and Thomas from Ireland. Hey, hope you're all well, and we will have plenty of strawberries for you soon.
Well, that sounds rather interesting.
Yeah, well, I know what she was hinting on that one.
I don't know what that's about,
we're going to talk about that tomorrow.
Okay.
That's going to be great. Margaret Johnson is watching. Kalispera from Cold Wet Kent. Nikos Louvros is watching. Hi, Nikos. Hi, Annabelle. Great. Jackie Cherry is watching. Steve Bowers is watching. Melita is watching. Good Friday in the Orthodox calendar. It's my favorite time of Easter celebrations. The wonderful music from the Philharmonic bands, the sombre processions, the scenery, atmosphere, all this is missed this year. Stay home, stay safe. There will be another year to enjoy all of this. So you're going to be happy. We're going to show you the the recording of the live broadcast from last year, and the procession was excellent, was fantastic. And the Philharmonicas are really, really good.
Oh, yes.
So Jay Nicholson is watching. I think we have got 150 fruit pickers arrived Stansted this morning from Romania. Yes, we do. We fit that all in tomorrow's show, guys. We don't want to do too many comments today. We would like to go in and show you that in respect of the island and of the belief here. And it's a fantastic event. I think you should see and take part. Checking all the flags still in Manchester. Happy Easter, everybody. Steve Bowers. Banayota is watching. Susan is watching. Christopher Dabana is watching. Hi, guys. Happy Easter
Chris.
to everyone. Stay home and stay safe. Margaret Johnson is watching. Kronia Polar. Carlo Basca. Yes, to all do. Thanks, Margaret. And Susanne is writing, hello, Thomas. Lots of love from Graz. That's my town I come from. So, hallo Thomas, liebe Grüße aus Graz. Danke, Susi, das ist super, dass du zuschaust. Und liebe Grüße an euch alle in Graz, natürlich. So, sorry, man. It's just be international. So we are
it's fantastic. It's good to hear from Steve Bowers in Manchester there. Thank you very much, Steve, for contacting us. I know you're a regular, and it's always great to hear regulars and all of you lovely people.
It's fantastic.
Absolutely. Can I just say, Tom Gittings made me laugh yesterday. He's all the way from sunny North Devon, Bideford, to be precise. Well, he was watching us drinking his mythos. That's why I laughed. And Rob Appley in beautiful Bewdley in Worcestershire reminded me the one thing I might miss from Easter in England, which is rather Swiss in nature, actually. Swiss Lindt chocolate milk eggs.
I know.
I'm rather keen on them, yes.
I was laughing
it was good,
about
wasn't
it.
And Marcus Benison, also, we heard from him. He was a contributor a couple of weeks back on a Skype call, and he answered a question that we'd asked whether we were getting the balance right of being serious to jovial. And he said, according to Marcus, we were about getting the balance right. If you're watching this, Marcus, Kalapashka to you, but can you keep an eye out? And if we veer off either one way or the other, or our pH levels go in the wrong direction, please let us know.
Yeah, and I'm saying hello here to Paul Fennell. Paul Fennell is sending in saying, Happy Easter and keep both your hands clean. Yeah, Johnny, keep your hands clean. That's straight on. And Silke is come. Hello from Belgium. Happy Easter weekend. Thank you so much.
Hello, Belgium.
It's
great
hello,
to hear
Belgium.
from
It's
you.
great to hear from all over the world, from you guys, from all over Europe. And that's
it's the best, isn't it? When
all
we
about,
hear from all these wonderful countries to share. It's all about collaboration, you see. We are all, after all, human beings. Well, I think so. When I last looked. So it's great that we can share all our collaborative experiences, our rich cultures. It's marvellous.
It's great.
It's what makes the world go round. And, of course, that most important thing, beginning with L, love. That's the thing you need.
That's exactly. But as you know, Epitaphio procession, that's what it is about today. It's Good Friday here, and the processions are normally starting around this time or started, and they always start off in Corfu town. That's the first place they're going, and then slowly it spreads over the whole island of Corfu. So last year we done that, it was 10 o'clock at night. Yes. So you see it starts around 5:30 in Corfu town, and then it spreads. The procession starts in different times throughout the island. One of the reasons Kinopiastes was the priest, because he is doing 3 of these processions in one day. So he starts off in Viros, then he goes to another church, and then he comes to Kinopiastes, like last year. But that's all not happening this year. That's why we decided we're gonna show you the live recording of this beautiful and fantastic event from this beautiful village of Kinopiastes. But you have a couple of more things to say, and then we go in straight to this clip.
I thank Vinny for pointing out a few of my mistakes from that first cultural broadcast that we did. I made quite a few, for which I humbly apologise. May I correct one or few very quickly? The monastery that we mentioned dates back to 1571. It was restored again in 1833, but in 1977 became a sanctuary for nuns, which might explain why in the procession you see 2 nuns beside the pater in the Epitaphio procession. I do apologise. The main church was built on the spot, apparently, where there was a miracle took place way back in the 13th and 14th century, and apparently water suddenly appeared. Water, very precious commodity, fresh water on this island. The village has about 1,200 in population, which I may have got wrong, and it actually goes back 1,000 years or more. The main thing I got wrong was sending everybody in the wrong direction. The easiest way to remember it is to come out of Corfu town as if you were going to Lefkimi, but don't turn left down to Benitez. Carry straight on as if you were going to Aes Mateus, and further on up the road you will come across a brown sign to the right-hand side, which will take you to Kinopiastes, where this Epitaphio took place that we were so honoured to broadcast and bring you as a live stream last year. I tell you folks, it's fantastically magical, particularly with the candle-lit procession.
Oh, it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it last year, and we were honored to be there and cover this event live for you. And that's why we got the recording, and this is so a perfect moment to show it. In lockdown, we cannot go anywhere. We have to stay. So all these processions, what are beautiful and you know, what's vital for the community, because the whole community is taking part in these processions. So, but this year, we hope we can ease the pain a little bit with that. But before we go on and we show you that we start off, is Nikos Lou was writing in Gronja Polar from Claudilanden. Richard Onslow is watching. Hi Richard, happy Easter to you. And Miltos, great to see you guys. Gary O.D., happy Easter from all to all here in Corfu. Sally Roberts is writing, happy Easter all from West Cornwall. Johnny Claudier is watching, Lavinia is watching, and Matteo Worf is watching.
Matteo watches quite a lot. Hello, Matteo. And also a great chap called Roland. I never mention him, but I'm going to mention him today. Please forgive me if I get your name wrong. It's Skendaj. Roland, you're a prolific viewer, and I thank you very much. We all do at StudioKerkyra, for your views on lockdown, SK. As Thomas has said, it's a little bit different today because we want to all about celebrate the Easter, which is so important here.
It's totally, and what a great event. I mean, it is fantastic. and being part now the last 8 years and see that, and be lucky enough to be invited to Easter parties from different families. It's brilliant. There you see really the whole Greek community is coming together. But I think without further ado, we should go in straight to this beautiful coverage of the Epitaphio procession from Kinopiastes last year. So I hope you guys, you're gonna enjoy that, and after that we're gonna see you quickly again.
Take it away, Thomas.
And hello, if you've just joined us, a very good warm evening welcome to you all. We are live in the lovely village of Kinopiastes. I beg your pardon, Kinopiastes, which, as I said before, yes, you did, in the central part of this wonderful island of Corfu. And we're here today in this village to bring to you a live procession, which is all part of the Epitaphio, or the Epitaph procession, which is very important for this day, Holy Friday, or as they say here, the Megali Paraskavi, I think that's right. Good Friday to the Gregorian celebrators of Easter. You might wonder why there are two Easters. Well, here in lovely Greece, the Greek Orthodox Church celebrates Easter with the old Julian calendar, whereas people in the United States of America, Europe and Australia, New Zealand, 90% of Christians actually follow the Gregorian calendar. But here they like to do it the old way, which is, as I say, the Julian calendar. And we're waiting here for the Philharmonic to finish assembling and lead off the procession. Good Friday, or the Holy Friday, I should say, is a very important day here as part of the 10 days of the Easter celebrations. Easter is celebrated here on the island of Corfu like nowhere else in the whole of Greece. In fact, loads of Greek families come here from a long way away just to be here on Corfu. You're probably aware that on Saturday at 11 o'clock in the morning they have the famous traditional pot throwing, but tonight it's more of a somber affair because this is the day that commemorates Christ's execution, or crucifixion I should say, and the Epitaph procession, or the Epitaphio, is a representation of the coffin of Christ, and you'll probably see later lots of children and others with flowers. The path is adorned with flowers. There's also a lot of people here in the congregation outside the church, as you can see, holding candles. Candles are quite a significant part of the Easter celebrations. Easter kind of started here about 8 days ago, Palm Sunday, when it all kicked off. And every day this week, there's been some church service or Easter celebration going on, culminating in the big day itself, which is Sunday, which is Easter Day. This, I should say, welcome to our viewers and listeners, is our very first live broadcast from StudioKerkyra's cultural events. And we're very happy and delighted to be broadcasting to you live this Holy Friday ceremony here in this lovely village of Kinopiastes, in the central part of Corfu Island. There's definitely a sort of hubbub and excitement bubbling around here. Loads of villagers and townsfolk are out on the streets, gathered around this fabulous old church. And I think the band are beginning to play.
So, what a beautiful evening it is here tonight at Kinopiastes. What a fantastic village, Adrian. We've been here for quite a while today, and we set up, we had the night shift earlier tonight, this evening, because of this event, and now we are here live again with you. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic community here.
Oh, it certainly is. And just about, I don't know, a couple of hours ago, we were lucky enough to listen to a fabulous cacophony of church bells. Weren't they lovely, Thomas?
Brilliant. I really, really enjoyed that.
They were.
So just before we finished the show, isn't it?
Yes.
The bell started ringing.
They did indeed.
How brilliant.
It was indeed. And that's a very traditional event here to celebrate Easter. The church bells actually start early in the morning, lamenting Christ's death. I should point out that during this somber and sad day, in theory, there shouldn't be any parties or happy music played. That goes for Greek TV radio stations as well, I believe. And apparently, the use of hammers, nails and needles are avoided at most costs because of the obvious symbolism and out of respect for Jesus' crucifixion. So that's a nice touch, actually. No hammers, nails, or needles used on Good Friday, or should I say, Holy Friday, or, to be precise, Megali Paraskevi. I hope I've got that right.
I think you did, but I'm the wrong person to ask, to be honest.
Yes. Where's Lavinia when we need the good lady? Anyway.
Lavinia is watching that very, very close, not far away, opposite our boss too. So you see, they're getting all ready now. So the flag is out. They start the procession very shortly. But it's the Philharmonicas look magnificent.
Don't they just? Haven't they got fantastic red plumes on their shiny brass helmets? Fabulous. There's a lot of wide variety of musical instruments I've seen go in. There's tubas, trumpets, trombones, bass drums, snare drums, and clarinets I've seen. Probably loads of other things that I haven't seen yet, but no doubt we'll all hear them very soon. For the devoutly religious, Holy Friday is a day of fasting. Good Greek people tend to eat very little during this day. Mostly they like a simple soup known as a tahini soup. But I assure you, the feasting will come later on. As I said before, there's lots of flowers that are going to be taken into the church to decorate as a representation of the body of Christ. And this is all rather a service of lamentation. Yes, I think the Philharmonici are tuning up, as they say, and I'll let you listen to the lovely sounds. As you can see, the sombre and respectful procession going up the hill out of the village here is made all the more resplendent by the lighted candles. And it is indeed a very sad day, Holy Friday, today to commemorate Jesus Christ's crucifixion 2020 years ago or so. Well, 19 to be precise. The good folk walk up the hill and they go to another part of the village, which sadly we can't see, and they'll be there for a few minutes and then they'll due to turn around and come back down again in our direction.
So as we see now, they are going around the village, if I'm not mistaken now.
Yes, they are, Thomas, yes. They're going to a little bit that was out of shot just up the top of that hill. Don't quite know what they do there, but they hang around there for about 5 or 10 minutes and then they're due to come back again.
So they come back the same way again through
Indeed.
the village onto the thing and then onto the churchyard they are close by where they started, or?
That's right, yes. The church is called the Church of Panagia. It's a central part in the village, very holy church indeed.
But what a beautiful village it is.
Oh, it is, Thomas, yes. And as I said before, it's got the perfect market or village square. Apparently there's not so many left in many of these Corfu villages, but this one is all the way back. It boasts over 400 years of solid civilized history, this village, so they tell me.
Civilized history.
Well, and there's a monastery, which I think I mentioned, which is very nearby, behind us. You can't see it, but it's called Agia Paraskevi. And that dates back to the 17th century. It's inhabited by nuns, I do believe. I have to say, we haven't seen one as yet.
No, last few days we were here and we prepared it all. And I have to say, man, thank you so much to the Philharmonic Orchestra of this village, plus the president and a lot of other people.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Stefanos, who helped us out organizing this. and the guys are really looking so brilliantly after us, made space so we can show you the proceedings going on here.
Absolutely. I have to say, we have to be honest, we don't know much more than our good viewers, and this is what we're about to see, because it's my first Easter that I've actually witnessed here in Greece. So I'm looking forward to what happens, actually, on this holy and somber of days, Holy Friday.
I mean, here we have the church at the moment. See, that's where this all started, isn't it?
It is indeed. There was a church service before we came on air, I do believe, and isn't it beautifully lit outside?
Fantastic. I saw them rushing around and exchanging all the light bulbs with this purple Easter color they're using here.
Exactly.
It's brilliant. I'm just very taken for the whole proceedings here.
Yes, I saw some lovely photographs of the Liston in Corfu town, which uses the same purple light. But you know what? It's just as effective here, I think, in this lovely village of Kinopiastes.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm just enjoying. I'm looking through all the cameras now at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. We are welcoming you here live for the Epitaphios procession in Kinopiastes, Corfu. That's held all over the island. I'm right.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Every town and village has some indeed Easter celebrations. Of course, Corfu town holds the biggest, and I do believe Lefkimi has quite a big one as well. But, you know, we thought we'd show you something slightly different from the central part of the island. And as I said before, this village is over 400 years old, and I think they do know how to celebrate Easter.
Oh, definitely. The Greeks know how to celebrate. There's no question about it.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
You know, I love it. This is all this old and young here. Everybody's mixing,
yes.
And it's really a fantastic atmosphere at the moment here.
In front of me, there are little babes in arms. I can see. So everybody, the whole family, come out. Grandmas, granddads, they're all here, and they're all holding candles, which makes it all look rather lovely.
And here they come again.
Right. Let's just sit back and watch them come down.
Man, you can hear the drums in the...
Yes, rather exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite exciting actually now to see, and all the lights are on, all the candles are lit now.
Beautiful.
The kids getting excited. It's beautiful to see how the families coming together to celebrate a very important day within their religious calendar.
Absolutely, yes. There's a high degree of reverence here about this. This is no jolly jamboree. It's a very serious cultural event, and we are very proud and privileged at SK Studios here in Corfu to be broadcasting live to you this very special Easter Friday or Holy Friday cultural event. Hello, if you've just joined us, you are watching StudioKerkyra's first live cultural event, and it's for Holy Friday. In the Julian calendar, it's celebrated a little bit different to the Gregorian calendar's Easter, which is followed by about 90% of Christians in the United States of America, United Kingdom, Australia, and New Zealand. But here in the Greek Orthodox Church, it's the Julian calendar that dictates when Easter falls. Very occasionally, the two Easters combined, but not this year. Easter for the Gregorian calendar was last week, and the Julian calendar is right now. We're right in the middle of the all-important Easter 10-day period, if you like. This is Holy Friday, and you are watching a very solemn and respectful and reverent procession towards the lovely church here of Panagia. Wasn't that lovely? And didn't the candles look splendid with the musical instruments? Fantastic. And you probably saw the coffin go past there, absolutely beautifully adorned with flowers.
What an excellent event it is here. So I'm really, really thrilled we were able to make it, and we were able to organize that quickly. Absolutely. To show you around the world Easter celebrations here on the beautiful holiday island of Corfu.
Indeed. Going back more than, well, 2,000 years, that's for sure. As I said before, they celebrate Easter here, the Greek Orthodox Church, because it's associated with the Julian calendar. In case you're eagle-eyed and wonder what happens if you're a Roman Catholic, it's okay, because it had a special papal dispensacy some long time ago where Roman Catholics were able to celebrate Easter along with their Greek Orthodox friends, particularly on Maundy Thursday or Holy Thursday, when they were given the chance to go and celebrate at the Duomo Roman Catholic Cathedral in the Town Hall Square in Corfu town, where there are 12 candles that are lit to signify the 12 gospel readings that go on the day before today, which was Maundy Thursday, or Holy Thursday as it's called here. That's the day when they paint the eggs red and with a red dye, and the reason for that is the red eggs symbolise the blood of Christ, but also, I think, possibly predating Christian Easter, this red, the colour red, symbolises the colour of life. So because this is perhaps such an old, wonderful old island, maybe there's a few cultures, history periods have merged together here. I think it was the Emperor Constantine that took a few pagan things and put them in with the new Christian scheme of events. Anyway, we're here at StudioKerkyra, live in the beautiful village of Kinopiastes, the central part of the island, showing you what it's like for Holy Friday, here right in the middle of the Easter celebrations. And as we keep reminding you, nowhere celebrates Easter in Greece like they do here in Corfu.
That's definitely the best and the most famous Easter celebrations are on Corfu. Anybody you ask, practically, okay, Greece, where's the best place to go
Yes.
for Easter in Greece? And a lot of people say Corfu.
They do. We know the answer to that question. Yes, it's really a big deal here, guys, Easter, for the good Greek people. And if you're going to celebrate Easter, why not come to this beautiful, wonderful, paradoxical island of Corfu, or Kerkyra, we should say. And we're very proud and privileged, all of us here at SK Studios, to be able to broadcast and bring you this special live event, which is the first of many, hopefully, of our cultural live stream events that will go on throughout the summer.
Definitely, man. This is now out and about. That's the road trip we take part, and we want to do history, culture, relaxation. We do food, we do everything. Absolutely. So our road trip gonna be great, and we are so privileged to be able to start our out and about road trip Corfu 2019 off with the celebrations here at Kinopiastes.
We certainly are, and I'm glad you mentioned food, Thomas, because we're always hungry here at SK. And you may be wondering, on Holy Friday, do they eat much? Well, actually, no. If you're devoutly religious, you eat as little as possible. What they do normally serve here is a simple soup called tahini soup. But don't worry, the fasting won't go on for long, because tomorrow night and into Sunday, they will definitely let their hair down.
Definitely. And if I just can look through, people are logging on and saying hello. Army from Finland is saying hello again. Thank you. Peter Paul saying, nice guys. Hi, Peter. We're so happy you're back on the island. Looking forward to meeting you very, very soon.
Yes, absolutely. Anybody, please do contact us. We love hearing from you, don't we, Thomas?
Yeah, Peter Pauli says it's from Corfu Tourist, the app you can download, which shows you all the nice places of this beautiful island. And this was great in Corfu town today. He said we were right in the middle of it. Yes, I believe. And there's lots going on. Then there is Andrea Welsh, China. Easter Friday in Kerkyra is the only place I would love to be. I adore the choirs and love the cornfields. Yes, we do. Well said.
Absolutely.
Katarina Johansson is watching. Thank you for watching. and a lot. Margaret Black is watching again. Hi, Margaret.
Margaret.
Beautiful to see you again.
Yes, absolutely. You're a fabulous supporter. Margaret, I forgot to mention your name before. Thank you so much for all your wonderful comments. We absolutely love them.
Definitely. That's what we drive on, and that's what we need. So if you guys want to interact with us, you can do anytime you like. Send us an email to inbox@StudioKerkyra.com or get in contact with us via Facebook Messenger. And here you see the lights on. It's fantastic. I'm just so taken. I just don't know what's happening now, to be honest. But it was brilliant. Now I think they come back again because they go up the village and they go down from the other side.
That's right.
So
all angles are covered, I think.
Yeah, I think so. We have all the angles covered, hopefully. But it's a fantastic evening here. The local time is 22:32. It's Friday night, and it's Holy Friday.
It's Holy Friday, it is indeed, which is, in the Easter celebrations, rather a somber affair, but, it has to be reverent and respectful, I think. You might have guessed also that there's quite a bit of music associated with Holy Friday, and apparently it's traditional to be playing Tommaso Albinoni's Adagio, which is a very famous piece of music. I'm sure you're well aware of that. That's usually played by the Red Philharmonic, which is known as the Old Philharmonic, but I'm not too sure about that. The Blue Philharmonic, who are called the Manzaros, they usually play a Marcia Funebri, which is by Giuseppe Verdi, and the Capodistrias band plays the Elegia Funebri and the Seventura Mariani and the Funeral March by Frédéric Chopin. So I think you hear a lot of Chopin, Verdi, and Albinoni here on Corfu for Easter.
And we're just getting a lot of happy Easter wishes from our Greek friends, Corfu friends on the island. Thank you so much, everybody. Happy Easter. Kinopiastes to everyone.
Kinopiastes, absolutely, yes. And it's our privilege and pleasure, surely, to be here witnessing it with you all, actually. Thank you for letting us be here.
Definitely. Thank you so much. And I think they're coming back and they're on the place, going to the church square again.
Yes.
And playing some music. And I think even the choir gonna sing. But we're gonna wait a little bit and see when they back. Yeah, they go through the whole village, and that's what it is. They say hello to everybody in the village. And I love that. Yeah, no, that's exactly how it should be.
Yeah, exactly. It's the most friendly of islands, We've always say about the beauty, but it's actually the people that really make this wonderful island, I can tell you.
Definitely.
And just in case you're wondering, this village that we're in, which is Kinopiastes, it's in the central part of the island, just a short drive out from Corfu town on the way towards Pelicus. A little birdie told me the other day that the name Kinopiastes actually means the dog catchers. I asked why.
Okay.
And yes, it's interesting, isn't it? And the answer came back that, and I think it dates back to beyond the 13th century actually, it's apparently that there used to be a dog pound here in the village, where they used to go out into Corfu town and catch a lot of stray dogs and bring them back here. So this place was known as the dog pound, hence Kinopiastes. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find out just yet what they did with these dogs in this pound here in this village. I don't know. I'll try and make some more inquiries and get back to an answer with you on that one.
Definitely, and we found something else out. I think you were really excited to find out about...
Yes, I know what you're going to say. A certain well that looks like a drinking port, which is just by the side of the main car park, actually. Well, funnily enough, that well that you would see if you come and visit this beautiful village of Kinopiastes is a well that was used by Edward Lear, no less, in the 1860s. And it's also in one of his drawings that he's well known for. And that actual well still survives today here in this village. So if you're on the island of Corfu, why not come up and have a look at it for yourself? I can't help but mention that tavern around the corner, Tripia, which is one of the most famous eateries in the whole of Greece.
Thank you, my friend. As you see, I'm just working the camera. Sorry, I hope I didn't miss anything, Adrian.
No, I didn't say.
But I should say hello to Jürgens and Lena from here in Kinopiastes. Wayne just told me I got my camera guys on the dog bag, so I can talk with them a little bit while we show you these fantastic pictures to get the best you deserve out of here. And people are waiting. People are waiting for the Philharmonicas to come back.
They are. The return of the Philharmonic, yes. Should be soon now, I hope. Maybe. But they're probably busy talking and getting ready for the return journey.
I mean, the village is not that small, this village here. So
no, it's
and
not.
They're taking that very serious. So they're going really around that beautiful village. It's fantastic.
It is indeed. Very well preserved and very up together. Complete with a traditional village square, which some people have described as one of the best certainly one of the best on the island. I've heard it said that one of the best in Greece. I don't know. I haven't seen that many enough to make that judgment. But whatever, it's a very nice village square, that's for sure. And it is complete, and it is also right in the middle and the heart of the village, which I think is very important to bind that community together. And this community here really is together. It's lovely to see. All ages, everybody in the family are out here in front of us in this our art bubble, our outside broadcast van. From little babies in arms right up to grannies and granddads. Everybody's here.
So, and tomorrow it carries on with the pot throwing, with the famous pot throwing at 11 o'clock, isn't it?
That's right, yes. Saturday, indeed it does.
I mean, a few people ask us if we are in there tomorrow and live stream the event, and so, but sadly, we could not manage to get permission or permission to find the space in there. It's so full. There's thousands of people in Corfu town, and for us to go in there and trying to do something, it was just impossible for the sheer mass of people going there. But they're doing this all over the island.
Absolutely.
Every village is doing it at 11 o'clock. The bells start ringing and they start throwing the pots, and it's a fantastic spectacle.
It is indeed. But we thought we'd also be nice to show you, our lovely good viewers and listeners, an alternative to Corfu Easter rather than the traditional Corfu town celebration. And we are right in the heart of the island here in this lovely old village. Maybe they're tuning their trombones a bit and polishing those snares.
I can hear them somewhere in the distance. So I think they're on their way back because people waiting at these finishes on the church square, somebody told me. So they're coming back, they're going in the church square and carry on playing. But something in the background I can hear.
Jolly good. Yes, I think I can hear a drum beat.
But it's also, have you been inside the church?
No, sadly not, Thomas. I haven't had the pleasure.
Oh, you have to go inside this beautiful church. Unbelievable, what beauty, how pretty that church is. It's really breathtaking. I did not think, I didn't think that. I came up here and, church looks like church.
Yes.
It's a little bit heavy, I say that now. No, but this one here is really special.
Well,
you have to have a look.
I will, Thomas. One thing is apparently special is it's got very impressive marble entrance, but the thing that makes it very special, apparently, are the murals found inside, which date back to the 18th century from the Ionian Islands School, which I would suggest might be one of the very first schools on the island.
Probably, yeah.
Which was a forerunner of the Ionian University, I do believe. And don't forget, the Ionian University was the very first university established in the whole of Greece, right here on the lovely island of Corfu, or should I say, Kerkyra.
So you see, it's just opposite this church is this fantastic bar and coffee shop, and it's also in the summer used for the choir to give concerts.
Oh, how lovely! It was a splendid setting, isn't it?
A fantastic setting, and the view is very nice. So it's a brilliant view. It's a brilliant little village has a lot to offer, and they have a fantastic, and I think one of the oldest tavernas on the island here.
Yes, it is. 1936 it started as a taverna. It's called Trippier, which actually means hole in the wall. The building first opened in, I think it was 1835, when it was a grocery store, actually. But when telephones came around, I can't actually remember when the first telephone, Alexander Graham Bell was the man who invented it, but I can't actually remember when the first telephones came to the island. But certainly Trippier, the taverna, was one of the first places to have a telephone. So people tended to congregate round there. And I think he established tables and drinks were served, and gradually it converted from a grocery store into the taverna that you see today, that has become almost world famous, I think. Just to say about the taverna, the bottle collection, 1,200 bottles on the wall, is quite extraordinary. I bet you'd have great fun playing that game, green bottles on the wall.
Definitely, probably, yeah.
I think you get a bit bored after, goodness knows, round 506, for instance. But what amused me, Thomas, when we went in there the other day, was it's complete with the original cobwebs, I do believe.
It's completely original. Everything
Wonderful.
in there is completely original, and this was fantastic. Yeah. Spiros, the owner, was so enthusiastic.
Oh, wonderful.
And thanks God, we were very lucky. He took time and he explained us about the family history, about how the whole thing started as a grocery shop in 1835.
That's right, yes.
So I mean, think back, 1835, this family has these premises, starting off as a grocery shop, and then it went into wine and messe.
Yes, that's right. Yes,
before it became a full-blown taverna.
That's right. Yes.
It's fantastic. It's really a pretty taverna and fantastic food. And when we went in there, the smell,
the aromas was something else, ladies and gentlemen. They knocked us over. We were jolly hungry by the time we set foot in there.
But he given us a little bit of a taste of what he can do, and just that little taste wow.
Absolutely, you'll just have to come here and experience it for yourself. But Spiro was telling us, he's the current owner. He's a direct descendant from the very first family members that started the business back in 1835. And he was born actually in the taverna. So it really is in his blood and in his DNA. So is it any wonder that the cooking is fantastic? Is it any wonder that the place looks absolutely amazing and fantastic? Talk about a cornucopia of wonders. That Trippier Taverna is it, I assure you. It's well worth a drive or a walk or a bus ride to come here. It's near the Achillean Palace. Really stick your head round, say hello to Spiro, and taste some of his fine cuisine. And the wine, don't forget the wine, red and white. My goodness, that's a good one as well, isn't it, Thomas?
Definitely, I had to have a little bit of red wine.
Yes, you did. Little. I like the way you say little, ladies and gentlemen.
And
that's a good one. It
was excellent. I tell you, it's really a good drop. But it's also, he giving us a little bit of a taste of the homemade dried sausage and garam masalata. And
the salami was good, wasn't it?
Fantastic. And that's Corfu Ep. That's proper Corfu Ep salami. Brilliant. I just enjoyed it. And you see the hospitality.
Absolutely. Really was astounding, wasn't it?
Great. It's everywhere you go. It's so friendly. It's so fantastic, the atmosphere they make for you specially. So they make sure you gonna enjoy every second you are here on this beautiful island of Corfu.
Absolutely, that's absolutely right, Thomas. Every second is important, and they fill it with joy and wonder. They really are the most amazing hosts here, the Corfu Ep people here on this wonderful island.
So, and seeing people are definitely still waiting for the Philharmonicas to return and the choir. So, I don't know, maybe they even walked up to the monastery and back. That could be another thing.
Maybe, indeed, yes. Full of devout nuns, we're told. And it's been there for a very long time.
But it looks very nice. It looks very up together, the monastery.
Yes, Agia Paraskevi, it's called, I believe.
Agia Paraskevi.
And apparently it dates back to the 17th century.
Okay.
It's in a very prominent position, just behind the village, but overlooking the whole village, which I thought was quite amusing.
It overlooks the whole village.
Yes, it does,
I saw that first, and at first, I have to apologize. At first, I thought it's a holiday resort.
Oh,
because it looked from the front. It looks because it looks new.
It does. I guess
a newish building.
Yes.
Really, they renovate. They really done great renovation work on it.
Yeah.
So, but Lavinia fixed my mistake instantly. Said, no, that's the monastery.
Well, there we go. And hello, if you've just joined us, we are here, SK Team, broadcasting our first live cultural event in the beautiful village of Kinopiastes, which is the central part of Corfu, just a short drive out from Corfu town in the direction of Pelikas. We're here because it's Holy Friday, which is one of the big days of the 10 days of Easter celebrations. And Easter is celebrated like nowhere else in the whole of Greece than Corfu. And of course, I should say this is the Greek Orthodox Easter, which date-wise is based on the Julian calendar. Hence, it's not the same as Easter from the Gregorian calendar, which was celebrated last week in the United Kingdom, United States of America, Australia, New Zealand, and many other countries in Europe. But here, as it's part of the Greek Orthodox tradition, it goes back to the Julian calendar, which predates the Gregorian. So the good people here quite rightly feel that this is the original Easter, if you like. Friday, Holy Friday, is traditionally a day of fasting, where they just confine themselves to a little bit of soup.
Yes, and we got explained earlier this week. I had this yesterday from a neighbor and said, okay, this is normally this week.
Yeah, it's the whole 10 days.
It's the whole 10 days where they with the food very careful. They eat nothing what comes with anything what has blood. I got this explained
That's
from the
right.
Corfu.
Yes.
But this is people who do it for this week, for these 10 days. And there's other people who do it for 40 days.
Yes, that's presumably starts from Clean Monday.
Yes, from Clean Monday on, I think you're right. That starts for 40 days. So, it's an achievement. This is when you really take it serious and you have to respect.
Absolutely. And they'd have great respect and show great reverence here.
Definitely. And it's the community feeling you get. As soon as we came into this village of Kinopiastes, you could feel how together, how fantastic this community is working. We planned that with them. We said, okay, we would love to show that this afternoon. And within 20 minutes, they organized that. Within 20 minutes, they took us for the village. So we have to say thank you to Lavinia for helping us organizing this fantastic evening.
Absolutely. Earlier on this evening, we were treated to a fantastic flurry of church bells. Absolutely brilliant bit of pealing. Fantastic tone on these old bells here. Often the church bells are rung on Holy Friday early in the morning and carry right through the day, and they are lamenting Christ's death. Also, I should point out that on Holy Friday, people are minded to refrain from having parties or happy or loud music, and that goes for Greek radio and TV stations as well, I believe. And this I found rather interesting. The use of hammers, nails and needles tried to be avoided out of respect and reverence for the crucifixion. I thought that was a nice touch.
See, and I did not know that.
No, I didn't until little birdie told me a few hours ago.
Oh, brilliant. See, you see now from the church, the guys, the boys, the choir boys are this, yeah?
Yes.
They're just coming back into the church and I can hear the drums in the background somewhere. So I think the procession is just coming back on to the church square again. So, and just to say hello to a couple of people who just joined us. There's Jane Gregson who joined us, who says to her friend Donna, we need to go there next year. Yes, you have.
Great, yes, please
definitely. And well, I'm just going up for Lily, happy Easter to everyone. Yes, Lily, happy Easter to you too. Carlo Basca to you, thank you very much. There is Melita is watching, Maria Waaf is watching, and a lot of other people. Thank you so much for joining us here to this fantastic evening. And here they start coming back to the church now. I just flop over and we can start hearing the music again. So I think we're going to shut up now again.
I think let's do their business, hey? Yes.
Sorry, there we are. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was last year's live stream broadcast from Out and About cultural event of the beautiful Epitaphio. Thank you. Yes,
Epitaphio.
That's the one.
Epitaphio.
Yes, which is the most holiest of ceremonies and processions. And wasn't that beautiful there, bathed not only in candlelight but also that wonderful papal lighting? I thought, Thomas.
Oh, great. Fantastic. I'm just getting ready. It's fantastic. No, it was such a fantastic event last year. I was so happy, Lavinia made us aware of, and she said, why you guys are not Friday would be a great opportunity to stream that again, especially now everything is in lockdown. So, just watching that now, it fills me with happiness,
yes,
but at the same time, a little bit of sadness mixed in, because this is what this island are gonna miss this year, and it's so a beautiful atmosphere. Just thinking back now, just seeing all this footage again, it's great, and see how a community comes together, and the whole evening was so fantastic. And there you see is when the Greeks put something on, they really know how to do that, and this possession, it's sad on one side, but we were happy to bring you this live recording from last year at Kinopiastes.
We were indeed, and eagle-eyed viewers amongst you might have spotted the wonderful lady herself, Lavinia, Vinny to her friends, and our producer, Claire Haas, because they were sitting under the umbrella in the square there watching the proceedings. The music, I might have said in that commentary, and I do apologise for my mistakes there, there's one or two, was we never actually heard Albinoni's famous adagio, but I do believe, and I might get this wrong, but I do believe we heard the Amleto by a guy called Franco Foccio, who first performed that in 1865. And apparently, Thomas, it was it's an opera, but based on Shakespeare's Hamlet, would you believe?
That's great.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And the bands there were, we saw the Capodistrias band, I do believe.
I do believe, you're right, yeah.
And I don't see the Manzaros, though. Did you? Particular clip?
No, not in this particular clip. Definitely not. No, but it was great. I'm really just watching that back, and that was our first. So I apologize if the quality wasn't that good what I used to now, because we progressed. So in this year, what a fantastic year it was on the road trip, and we were so happy to start off with Kinopiastes.
Yes, it was great. It was a great inaugural trip out for us, and a cultural event broadcast here, and it shows you the community spirit, how everybody comes together here on this wonderful island of Corfu. And I actually think, Thomas, it was quite a beautiful and magical procession.
Definitely. I mean, we said that in the video just before we started broadcasting, an hour before, they swapped all the light bulbs around to this beautiful purple. And so everybody got ready. We were lucky enough to see the Philharmonicas getting ready, warming up a little bit before the event.
Yes,
it was great.
Yes,
but just seeing, and one thing what stuck in my memory, stuck in my head, is when we were setting everything up, and all of a sudden from these little side roads, the baker came, and he given us some Easter bread, some sweet Easter bread.
That's right, you've got a good memory.
Yeah, it was great, It was, maybe we bark wrong. No, he was just here. Oh, guys, great, thank you. He thanked us for being there and giving us sweet Easter bread. That was superb, Wow. I'm missing that now too,
Absolutely so. But we could do a little bit of sweet Easter bread right here, right now. Have you noticed, ladies and gentlemen, how we always seem to manage to manoeuvre the conversation round to food?
I know, this was Trupper de Werner. We couldn't stop talking. I just realized
I know, yes, exactly. All that mezzy talk and everything else. But actually, it was quite nice to be reacquainted with the facts of Trippier Taverna, because it's absolutely fabulous eatery on the island. Had lots of famous people visit there. I think Mr. Onassis and a former president of France, Bonsoir, our French friends, Francois Mitterrand dined there and wrote a letter saying how wonderful the food was. And as I said on a previous broadcast recently, they've got the last bottle of Greek cognac, brandy, on the shelf there.
On the shelf,
they weren't allowed to use the word brandy. It was, wasn't it?
But hey, it is again, our lockdown was like a lockdown special today. We took the opportunity to show you the great video from Kinopiastes. It's a fantastic day. That's all. So don't be sad if I'm not answering all the comments today. I leave a lot of these things for tomorrow's show, where it's again full packed
with
gloves info, with things. Yeah, gonna be fun, gonna be great. So there, I'm gonna go into the comments again, and we're gonna start reading that out. But today, out of respect, we just wanted these Good Friday celebrations to share that all with you, and that's why we did it today.
Because it's so important, Easter here, for all our good Greek friends. On this island, they celebrate Easter like nowhere else, quite frankly. And Thomas, you did say just a minute ago, we had a comment in just recently tonight from our friend George Diamantis.
George Diamantis. Yeah, he enjoyed that video very much. Thank you, George. I mean, a lot of people were writing in when I go through. Gary O'D was writing in, Sally Roberts was writing in, Margaret Johnson was writing in, Melita was watching, Army Speller was watching, Sarah Roseman was watching, and George Diamantis, of course, is watching. He's like, the video archivist for Agios Mateos. The footage he has about this village and others is tremendous. His library is over 10,000 videos in there.
He gets around a bit, doesn't he?
Totally, and that's, there you see the community spirit. What makes this island so great?
Philoxenia, I believe.
Philoxenia, yeah.
And that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen, this notion that is so deeply ingrained into their souls of hospitality to strangers. More about that when we do a little bit on Homer later on in the season. Can I just say a good afternoon to Melita there in London. Always good to have you on board.
Yeah, and we were happy to bring this Epitaphio proceedings from last year today, so at least, you're not missing completely out on Easter here on Corfu, but there's always the chance to look forward to next year's.
Absolutely.
And that's gonna be probably bigger and better than anything else when they celebrate next year. And accidentally, it's also the 200 years celebration.
That's a good point. Yes, it's a really big year here next year on Corfu for the Greek independence celebration. One thing that stood out in the commentary that I'm now sad to hear, actually, there was one family who wrote in to say, I'm going to definitely book and come and see it next year. Well, sadly, they weren't able to. So let's hope our repeat of our live stream broadcast from last year put a little smile on that particular family's face.
Yes, we hope so. So, guys, that's all we have time for today. So we bring you the Epitaphio from Kinopiastes from last year. I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry, I don't read all the messages out today, but this
we'll try again tomorrow.
We do this tomorrow, and we definitely tomorrow, Saturday lockdown, then Sunday we're gonna not have a lockdown, but we start on Monday off again, of course. But guys, I hope we gonna a little bit of smile to your faces this afternoon or this evening. Enjoy the rest of this fantastic Good Friday. And yes, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in and commenting as you did. It was great. But for me here now, Kalopasko to everybody, and have a fantastic evening, and I see you tomorrow.
Indeed. So thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day, and a very good afternoon to you all, wherever you are, and Kalopaska.